We've got breaking news on the HQ. Aaron Judge has just done it in Texas. The Yankees slugger has cracked home run number 62 in 2022 and is now the all-time single-season home run king in the American League, jumping one ahead of Roger Maris, who hit 61 in 61. Russ Taylor here in the HQ studio. We are joined by David Samson, the former president of the Florida Marlins, World Series champ, Will Middlebrooks. David, I'll start with you. What is the historical significance of Aaron Judge hitting home run number 62?
Well, we spent our entire lives with Roger Maris at 61 homers thinking that was the record that would not be beaten all through the steroid age, and they're just never happened in the American League. And then we had the anticipation day after day of Aaron Judge getting to 61, then staying at 61, and finally a sigh of relief on the back end of a doubleheader on the penultimate day of the regular season. Phew, he got 62, and we'll remember this forever.
Will, you want to chime in?
Oh, absolutely. Why else am I here? Like, I'm watching him run down the first base line, and you see, he knew it when he hit it, but halfway to first base, he's ear to ear smiling, and you could almost feel the pressure just melt off of his back, right? And David was texting me this afternoon saying, I cannot believe he is playing both games of this doubleheader, and I'm thinking, I guarantee it was his choice. And if I was him, which I hit about half of many home runs as he hit this season in my entire career, I would be in there in the lineup as well. I thought maybe DH him both games. He was in right field. Now he hit the home run, get him out of there. But this is amazing for baseball. It's been fun to watch. I love watching all the football fans get mad when they're breaking into their Big 12 games with Aaron Judge at bats. But this has been really good for baseball and for the fans of the game.
There was a little bit of deja vu going on because the Maris family, specifically Roger Maris's son, was following the Yankees around. We saw him at Yankee Stadium. We saw him in Toronto. But he also famously came out rooting for Aaron Judge to hit number 62 and said that if he does, he would consider Aaron Judge the true home run king. We all know what that is in reference to. David, is Aaron Judge the true home run king tonight?
No, Barry Bonds is the true home run king, and I may not like it, and it may have been aided by steroids. It may not have. He never necessarily tested positive, but it doesn't matter. The numbers are the numbers, and Bonds had 73 in 2001. McGuire got to 70, as you may recall. Even Sosa beat that in 1998, as you can see from this chart. But they're all National League. So I'm happy to say that Aaron Judge is the American League home run king. I'm happy to say he has the single season record for the New York Yankees. I'm okay with that as well. But he is not the all-time home run king. He doesn't have the all-time season home run total. It is what it is. And Aaron Judge, I guess in theory, he could hit 11 more home runs in the 2 games remaining, and then we could break news again on HQ. But he has to be satisfied with a good season. But frankly, none of this matters if the Yankees are not successful in October. And I don't mean October 4th. I mean, they need to be playing in November and have a ring on their fingers at the end of the season, or they'll look back on this year as just about Aaron Judge and not about the team.
Yeah, I totally agree with what Samson's saying here. Barry Bonds, the home run key. Steroids or not, he was a product of his era, and those are the numbers, and you can't take those away. MLB has not taken those away, and they won't. But what David just finished saying was, what's important here is what goes on over the next 3 to 4 weeks. How are they going to play in the postseason? They had that 2-week lull where they played terrible baseball for almost a full 2 months. There was one consistent player, one consistent guy putting up numbers, and that was Aaron Judge, who carried them. I feel like he's going to have a big postseason because this pressure is gone. We haven't seen normal Aaron Judge the last couple weeks because of this pressure. Up until the last week and a half, 2 weeks, he was still taking his walks. He was still taking his singles the other way because he's a good hitter. He stays at the big part of the field. But over the last week and a half, we've really seen his approach change a little bit, where he's swinging through a lot of pitches in the middle of the zone, guessing a little bit, trying to hit the ball 500 feet when he's at his best when he's swinging 75, 80% because he's 6'7", 280, and he just has to touch it. He knows that. So I think we see him the pressure's gone, get back to his approach, and have a very, very good postseason.
Look, I'm sure we're going to be talking a lot about this New York Yankees team as we head into the postseason and however long they go, even as far as the World Series. But let's stick on Aaron Judge here for one last thing. He famously turned down a contract offer from the Yankees. How much money has he made himself this season, David? You've been through these types of situations before from the other side.
So he turned down $213 million. I think we all know that. I think the Yankees realized that in order to keep him, they're going to have to go 6 years. They may even have to go as high as $44 million a year to beat the average annual value of Max Scherzer. But to me, the maximum would be 6 years for Judge. He's not young, and you don't want him late into his 30s. As you know, he's going to be playing 31. So maybe at the maximum, you're talking 300 over 6, and that would be the absolute maximum for me. But he's made himself some money, no doubt. And could there be an owner who gets new owner-itis or some sort of thought that, hey, let's really make him come to our team and go 8 years or 9 years, or maybe a Cano or Pujols deal that gets him into his 40s? I think those days are done. We'll find out. But to get to 10 years, no, not going to happen. You're looking at 8 if he gets lucky, and most likely 7 or 6.
Totally agree. 8 years is too much. That body, he's not a smaller guy. That body's not going to age well, and you're going to be paying for a DH. So I think 6 years, I mean, it's not my money. I like 300. Make him the first $50 million a year player. Load it up on the front end if you want, if you're worried about the back end of it. But he's earned it. He bet on himself. He turned down $30 million a year. And I mean, honestly, was unfazed throughout this season, which he knew what was on the line. He knew he was going to make money. He did not expect a season like this where he was right there with a triple crown. I don't think he's going to get it with Arise starting to hit the ball well coming off, or he was hurt for a couple of days. He's been swinging the bat well, but my goodness, to be in that position and to play like he did this season, you just don't see.
Been 61 years since someone hit 61. Never before in the American League has someone hit 62 until tonight, when Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees did just that. David Samson and Will Middlebrooks, thank you so much for joining us on this historic occasion on the HQ.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.